It is getting super real today because I am talking all about porn. Oh yeah, I'm going there. And more specifically, I'm going to be talking about porn addiction. And I have something very controversial to say. So stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nadia, and every week I bring you real sex talk aimed at breaking down the shame and stigma that we have around sex. And today, I'm going to assume you landed on this video because you feel that you have a porn addiction, or because you're wondering if maybe you have a problem with porn. Well, I'm about to shatter everything that you think you know about porn because I have something very, very controversial to say. You ready? All right, here it goes. Let's do it on the next slide. Porn addiction isn't real. Just let me repeat that one more time. Porn addiction is not real. I want you to keep watching because I've got 3 really hard-hitting facts to tell you that are going to change your mind when it comes to the topic of porn addiction. Now, if you've seen my videos before, it's no secret that I am pro porn. I love a bit of good porn to get me in the mood, and I think it's a great discussion tool for you and your partner to watch together, to learn what each other is into, and to get new ideas. But I also have so many followers and subscribers and readers of my sex columns come to me really conflicted over their love of porn, telling me that they're worried that they might have an actual problem with it or an addiction. Now, what I want to say about that is where this whole idea of porn addiction comes from. It's basically telling people that there is a correct amount of time that we should be spending on watching porn. And if we spend any more time on that, then obviously there is something inherently wrong with us. And this is what I can't stand about our sex phobic society. The majority of society is still very ashamed of talking about sex and acknowledging sex and the fact that we have sexual desires as human beings. And here is the first really interesting fact about that. They did a study in 2015 that found that most people had determined that they had an addiction to porn, not based off the amount of porn that they watched, but based off their religious and moral beliefs. In other words, it was a socially constructed thing. But here's the more interesting thing about that. A follow-up study found that actually it was people who considered their porn viewing an addiction, in other words, something bad, that tended to experience depression and struggled with it being negatively impacting their life. On the other side, people who were watching just as much, if not more porn, but didn't see it as being a problem, actually did not incur any negative life impact or depression as a result of it. And that's what's really interesting, and for me, I think really points out that whole idea of our society having that shame around sex and porn addiction and sex addiction for that matter, but that's for another video, being a socially constructed idea. One of my favorite sexologists, Dr. Chris Donahue, recently wrote a column about the idea of porn addiction and why it's so flawed. And I love the analogy that he used. He basically said that if someone were to binge watch Netflix all day long, hell, if we were to binge watch it all weekend long, or if we were to spend hours upon hours upon hours every single day watching the football, no one would tell us we had an addiction. In fact, we'd probably all very publicly, openly talk and laugh and joke about our different binge watching habits. Why is watching porn a lot considered an addiction, but we can watch all the Netflix we want and no one says there's anything wrong with that? We have this ridiculous idea that watching porn is something that encourages sexual violence and it encourages disrespect to women. Not just as a woman, but as someone who does my research, I can actually tell you that the countries that have the most open-minded and liberal attitudes towards pornography consumption actually have the lowest rates of sexual violence and the lowest rates of unwanted pregnancy. And that's because when we tell people that something is bad and that they need to repress it and stifle it, all it does is pushes us to express it even more in even more profound and potentially damaging ways. So if we were to just accept that actually there's nothing wrong with watching porn, think of how much we could improve the quality of our sexual health and mental well-being. If you watch a lot of porn, there is nothing wrong with you. Go ahead and relish in the experience. And while you're at it, go ahead and relish in the experience of masturbating too. Because let's face it, most of us masturbate when we watch porn. The benefits of masturbation, and in fact the benefits of being confident in your sexuality, are so great that I really can't think of a reason not to. I know it was a bit of a controversial one today, but as you guys know, I definitely am not one to shy away from controversy. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you completely disagree with what I said today, or do you agree? What's your opinion on porn? And if you're brave enough to share it here, which I would love you to, tell me, what is your porn consumption? Do you like to watch porn a little bit every day or a lot every day? And have you been told that your porn watching is inherently wrong? I would love to know. And as always, if you're not subscribed to this channel and you want to open your mind about sex and get more awesome sex education, then go ahead and click the subscribe button for more free sex advice and sex talk every single week. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you later. Mwah.